In the pre-dawn hours of November 19th, 2011, a truck driver on Interstate 77 in West Virginia made a frantic 911 call. In the passing lane, he had just seen what looked like a body. When authorities arrived, they found 20-year-old Jaleayah Davis. Her body was discovered alone on the cold asphalt. A fifth of a mile down the road, her car was found still running, with the headlights on and the doors locked. Police would spend 16 months investigating before closing the case. Their conclusion? A tragic single-vehicle accident. But the details of the scene and the events of that night have left her family and many others convinced it was something far more sinister. This is the story of Jaleayah Davis. Officially, her death was ruled an accident caused by drinking and driving. The Wood County Sheriff's Office is confident in their conclusion, but her family has never accepted it. They point to a series of bizarre and disturbing facts that they believe prove Jaleayah was murdered and that the scene was staged to look like a crash. Was it a horrific accident, a murder, or something else entirely? For more than a decade, this question has haunted a stretch of highway known as Mile Marker. Jaleayah Rose Davis was 20 years old. She'd graduated from Marietta High School in Ohio and worked at the Hollister Company. She was survived by her mother, Kim Davis, and a younger sister, Taubi. Those who knew her describe a young woman with a life ahead of her, making her sudden and violent death all the more shocking. The night of Friday, November 18th, 2011, began like any other weekend for Jaleayah. She left home to spend the evening with a group of friends she'd known for several months. The group included Kristen Bechtold, Jordan Campbell, Freddie Scott, and Katie Nelson. Their night involved a stop at a party and later a bar called Nip and Q. Accounts suggest a substantial amount of alcohol was consumed. Kristen Bechtold reportedly claimed Jaleayah had consumed the equivalent of 16 shots of vodka. At the bar, tensions reportedly flared when Jaleayah danced with an ex-boyfriend of Katie Nelson. The hours that followed would be her last. At 3:23 a.m., Jaleayah made her first distressed call to her sister, Taubi, asking for a ride home from a gas station. During the call, Taubi reported hearing Jaleayah in the background, yelling at Kristen Bechtold, "Give me my keys!" Just 5 minutes later, at approximately 3:28 a.m., Jaleayah called Taubi again. This time, her voice was different. She was described as hysterical, crying and cursing. She changed the pickup location to a rest stop off Interstate in West Virginia, telling her sister, "I will tell you when you get here." At 3:41 a.m., a motorist placed the first 911 call, reporting a car stopped near mile marker 181. The caller sounded suspicious, stating, "Something was going on over there." 7 minutes after that, at 3:48 a.m., a truck driver made the second 911 call. He reported seeing a body in the passing lane. It was Jaleayah. The scene that awaited law enforcement was perplexing. Jaleayah's body was found with catastrophic injuries. She was naked from the waist up, decapitated, her right breast was missing, and a leg was broken in half. But it was the state of her clothes that created immediate suspicion. On the guardrail near her body, her bra, shirt, and coat were discovered. Multiple accounts describe them as being neatly folded or meticulously arranged. Her bra was placed on top of her shirt, which was on top of her coat. Her car, a Kia Forte, was found about a fifth of a mile north of her body. The engine was still running, the headlights were on, and the doors were locked. The vehicle had damage to the passenger side, and the front passenger window was broken. However, a crucial detail was noted. The guardrail where the car was found showed no evidence of a collision. After a 16-month investigation, the Wood County Sheriff's Office closed the case in March 2013. The death was officially ruled an accident. The official theory posits that Jaleayah, who was unrestrained and had a blood alcohol level of 0.19, struck the guardrail. They concluded the impact ejected her from the driver's seat, through the front passenger window, and into the path of a tractor trailer that subsequently struck her. The deployment of the driver's side airbag, but not the passengers, convinced investigators she was alone in the car. However, Jaleayah's family and others argue the facts don't add up. How could her clothing end up neatly folded on the guardrail after a violent ejection? If she was ejected, who locked the car doors? How could the car travel a fifth of a mile from her body and come to a stop against a guardrail, in gear and still running, without leaving any impact marks on the guardrail itself? And then there are the injuries. The family believes they are inconsistent with the official explanation, leading them to suspect a different, more violent cause. The family's counter-narrative suggests Jaleayah was not ejected. They propose she was intentionally struck by her own vehicle, with the initial impact to her head occurring at a guardrail post. Suspicion quickly turned to the friends who were with her that night. Kristen Bechtold's actions were particularly scrutinized. On the same day of Jaleayah's death, she reportedly obtained a lawyer, who then returned Jaleayah's keychain to the police. This immediate legal action raised red flags for the family. Furthermore, Jaleayah's mother has pointed out that 3 of the individuals with Jaleayah that night were allegedly the children of current or former police officers. This has fueled allegations of a conflict of interest and a potential cover-up, though no official evidence has ever substantiated this. The friends' accounts of the night were described as foggy, which authorities attributed to intoxication. But for the family, the inconsistencies and lack of clarity felt less like impairment and more like evasion. The case was further complicated in 2013 when a woman named Ember Stafford came forward claiming to be an eyewitness who saw another car force Jaleayah off the road. After a 30-hour police investigation into her claims, she admitted she was lying and was jailed for filing a false report. From the moment the case was ruled an accident, Jaleayah's mother, Kim Davis, has refused to be silent. She started the Justice for Jaleayah Facebook page, which has become a central hub for information and advocacy, keeping the case in the public eye for more than a decade. Following the official ruling, Kim stated, "I cannot go through the rest of my life with what was said to me, the pathetic explanation in that brief meeting today." She believes the investigation was mishandled from the start and has fought tirelessly to have it reopened. The family's persistence led to national media attention, with the case being featured on Crime Watch Daily, and investigation discoveries still a mystery. A popular podcast, Mile Marker 181, also brought widespread attention to the case, though its host, Emily Nestor, would later shift her own perspective, eventually concluding she believed the death was, in fact, an accident, a reversal that brought its own controversy. Today, the Jaleayah Davis case remains officially closed. The Wood County Sheriff's Office stands by its findings, stating that despite unique factors at the scene, their investigation determined without a doubt that it was a tragic accident. Yet, the core questions linger, unanswered. Why was Jaleayah's clothing found neatly folded on a guardrail? How did her car end up locked, running, and undamaged a fifth of a mile from her body? Are her horrific injuries truly consistent with the official accident theory? The family was never allowed to see her body before cremation, adding another layer to their pain and suspicion. For Jaleayah's family, the official story is a fiction. Her mother Kim and sister Taubi continue to fight, holding on to the belief that something happened that night and that someone else was involved. Their quest for what they believe is the truth has become a life's work, a testament to the profound need for answers when justice feels unresolved.